Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to cover very important topic, Rowspan and Colspan in table of HTML. It is very important attributes for the merging of cells in table. Indeed, Rowspan and Colspan are HTML attributes that actually merge table cells. With Rowspan merging cells vertically, so here the Rowspan actually used here. So the operation for merging these cells vertically, in that case we are using the Rowspan here, right? And Colspan merging horizontally. So here actually two cells are merging together horizontally. Indeed, Colspan are used. Indeed, they are used to create more complex and organized cells table layouts, allowing a single cell to span the height or width of several others. Now start with the Colspan, right? The very first one here actually 15 cells. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here actually 5 row and 3 column, all together here 15 cells, right? Here actually the very first row started here, actually 2 cells merged horizontally. Indeed, Colspan are used. What will be the syntax for Colspan? Of course, the table. Afterward, the content within the cell, what we are going to use, of course, T, H or TD. Afterward, the attribute need to be introduced, that is Colspan. How many cells are merged here? 2. Indeed, the attribute value will be 2. And after that, of course, the content need to be written down, and afterward TD close. Here for Rowspan, so of course here will be the cells are merged vertically for the table data, and afterward the attribute name should be Rowspan. The value 1, 2 and 3 cells are merged vertically. Indeed, the value of attribute will be 3. So this is the syntax for Rowspan. Let's try here how many cells 1, 2 and 3. So this will be Colspan. So Colspan, and before, of course, TD. What will be the value? Guess. Of course, 3. 1, 2 and 3, right? Same as here. How many rows actually here used? That is 1 and 2. Indeed, TD. Afterward, Rowspan is equals to 2. Okay. Hope this is the very basic introduction for Rowspan and Colspan. Now let's jump into the coding session. So for understanding Rowspan and Colspan, the table should have the border, right? Indeed, we have to make sure the table should have got the border. By the way, my straight line is not so perfect, beg your pardon. So this is the table border, and 1, 2. So this is actually the table. So in this table, how many cells here? Because 2 row and 3 columns, so altogether 6 cells, right? And the very first one, actually there should be 3 cells, but these 3 cells actually 1, 2 and these 3 cells are merged horizontally, and this will be a single cell. Indeed, which attribute we have to use? Yes, that is Colspan, right? So very first we have to start with the table, and of course the very important border So the value, let's say 1. Afterward, we should start from here. So the very first, we have to use the table row. Start the first table row. Afterward, the table data, right? Table data. If we are taking the students' information as header, it means it have to be bold, and of course in between the cell, in the middle of the cell. In that case, we have to use table header. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Right now we are using table data, and afterward the attribute we have to use, that is Colspan, and the value, how many? Here again I'm considering 1, 2 and 3. So 3 cells actually merged together, so the value will be 3, and the content should be students information, table data, done. And of course start from here and close up to here. So here table row and table row close. So here should be table row close, table row close. Again, we'll start with the second table row here, and of course up to this much. So another table row for the second row, and this is very normal. Again, table data, and name, table data close. Let's copy and paste, make it simple. So table data stat, what will be the content? Of course the class, and the last one will be the role, done, and of course the table row as well, done here. Now we have completed the table, so table as well closing tag. Now let's run the button to see the output, right? So this is actually the output, the students information, the very first row, and here actually 3, 1, 2. So 1, 2 and 3 cells actually merge. That's why we are using Colspan. The value will be 3, and rest are very easy, we learned earlier. Now one more attribute we have to go through, that is actually the style. We are going to actually change the style of the table. Afterward, the value will be width, so width will be 50%, right? Now again run. What happened here? Here actually we are changing the table size here. The white region, actually the output section, which actually we are viewing in the web page. So the half portion of the website accommodate the table, that's why 50%. If we write here 100%, what will happen? The whole horizontally white section will be covered by the table. Now if we write down 70%, so let's say this is 70%, so 70% of the white region will be accommodated by the table. Anyways, now if we write down here th instead of td, what will happen? The students information will be changed to table header, and this will be changed as students information as the highlighted and in the middle of the cells. Hope you understand. Now start with the another example. Again, to understand Rowspan and Colspan, the table should have got the border to understand precisely. So of course this table also have got. To understand the Rowspan and Colspan of a table, indeed we should have got the table border. So let's draw the table border, and this one and this one. It means here actually 2 cells, 1 and 2 row wise. Indeed these 2 cells are merged vertically. Indeed Rowspan used as attributor, right? So for the table, of course we have to write down the border, and we start with the very first table row from here. So here will be table row. Before that, let's start with the code. So again table, and of course the border, let's take the value 1. Afterward, as I said, table row, and now after the table row, the table data. Now the data is science, and of course the science is accommodated within 2 cells which actually merge vertically. Indeed, what we are going to use? Rowspan. How many cells? Here 2 cells, right? What will be the content? Science, S-I-A-N-C-E, science, right? Okay, so the table data close. Afterward, the table row started here so it have to go through this direction and have to end here with TR, right? So within the physics also in the table row, so we have to use for physics table data, physics close table data, and now table row. So again I'm going to explain where started. The first table row started here, first science, afterward the physics, and table row done here, right? First table row completed here. Now the second table row, because chemistry we have to write down. Indeed, here we have to write down the second table row. Though the first table row science actually done, indeed actually started from here for the second table row. Indeed table row, afterward table data, chemistry, table data close, table row close, and of course the table close as well, TABEL, table close. And let's simulate here. Click the run button. Okay, so the science actually accommodate within two cells which actually merge vertically. That's why we are using row cell. Two cells actually merged. That's why here the attribute value will be 2, right? And rest of the things is very clear. If you'd like to see the precise value, so what you learned a little bit earlier, that is style. Afterward, we have to write down the value of the attribute of style, that is width. Afterward, clone. How many percent? Let's use the 50%, right? So this will expand 50% of the total horizontal size of the output. If we go for 100%, so it will accommodate the whole 100% of the output within the white region of the output. Hope you understand. 50% again, so 50%, right? Now, if you like to use here TH, what happened? So the science will be in the middle and it will be bold. Same as if we use for physics table head and table head instead of table data, the physics will be bold and in the middle, and here same H and here as well as H, and it will become middle and bold. Let's change the uppercase of P, so physics. Hope you understand. If there are any question regarding this sample, please ask me in the comment section. I'll answer as soon as possible I can. Thank you. Have a good day. Take care.